Thank you for the karanga. I declare this congregation to be in session. Please remain standing and join with us in singing the traditional graduation song, Gare Amas, the words of which will appear printed on the screen. Please be seated. Eina waka, eina manga whakahi, eina taiwha, tine koutou katoa. Kia orana, talo whalava, mala elamali, whakalofa lahi atu, talohani, whakatalofa atu, isabula, nimanhau, na Massey, Mahaba. A very warm welcome to this, your ceremony, one of 6 here in Manawatū this week. Our graduation season began in Auckland 3 weeks ago and will continue in Wellington later this month. I wish to acknowledge fellow council members and academic staff on the stage, professional staff who made this event possible, distinguished guests, and ladies and gentlemen. My name is Chris Kelly and I'm a very proud Massey graduate. I've served as Chancellor for the past year and a half. This week we have a total of 1,211 students crossing the stage. Of those, 33 will be conferred with the highest academic qualification the university offers, a doctoral degree, and 123 will receive master's degrees. At this ceremony we have a total of 161 graduating, 14 with master's degrees and 5 with PhDs. By the end of this year, Massey will have produced approximately 6,000 new graduates, bringing our total active alumni family around the world to more than 130,000. Graduation Day is a day of celebration, an opportunity for the university and you, your whānau, your friends and loved ones, to recognise the hard work you have done and what you have achieved as a result of that hard work. Modern technology increasingly makes it easier for us to connect with one another. It means you can share your big day with an audience far wider than those who are here in person. All our ceremonies are now streamed live on the internet, and there is a link to the Massey University homepage, which I'm sure many of you will have already discovered. Please feel free to put the link on Facebook or text or tweet or email it to anyone who is able to be here today. It'll be a permanent record of what I'm sure for many of you will be amongst your proudest moments. And while talking of recognition, it's important that you graduates remember to thank those people who have backed you and contributed to your success during your studies, your family, friends, and the faculty and support staff of the university. To ensure you don't forget, I would like you to join me now in acknowledging those people who have helped you. And to all of you, please feel free to loudly applaud graduands as they cross the stage this morning. The ceremony we're about to go through today is traditional. It has its roots in graduation ceremonies developed some 800 years ago. The traditions such as the robes we wear, capping, the mace, the singing of Gaudeamus and awarding of honorary degrees, as we are today, to outstanding citizens, link us to the strong heritage of universities. Universities are institutions of higher learning in which the teaching and learning environment is provided by academics actively involved in the creation of new knowledge through research and scholarship. You will graduate today as a beneficiary of a university education. As university graduates, you will be critical to the future social, economic and cultural development of your communities. As a graduate of Massey University, you will inherit the reputation of this highly regarded institution. The reputation of a university is built on the achievements of its past and current faculty and its past students. Evidence of the achievements of our faculty and alumni is all around us. To mention a few, we have designer and creative director Sir Richard Taylor, fashion designer Kate Sylvester, teacher and World Cup winning rugby coach Sir Graham Henry, Ross McEwen, who undertook a BBS and graduated in 1980 and is now global head of the Bank of Scotland, and numerous New Zealand business leaders such as Paul Brock from Kiwi Bank, Mike Bennett from Z Energy, and Ross Buckley from the accounting firm KPMG. This university is a major New Zealand business with revenues of more than $400 million annually and is a very significant employer in the 3 regions in which it has a presence. Management is led by the Vice-Chancellor, who is the equivalent of the Chief Executive Officer. Governance is the responsibility of the University Council, which currently consists of a mixture of appointees and members elected by students, staff and our large alumni body. You may be aware that the government has passed an amendment to the Education Act requiring all university councils to reduce in size from a current maximum of 20 members to a maximum of 12 members, on the grounds that this will make them more businesslike. The Massey University Council is currently consulting stakeholders on what size it should be within that framework. But it's important to note, however, that in my view, universities are quite different from other businesses. Our prices are controlled by the government's fee-setting regulations. We have social responsibilities to students, to our staff, and to advance learning to society as a whole. Thus, the range of stakeholders we have is much wider than a normal company's, and therefore demands a wider representation. I believe we must ensure that we retain diversity on the university's governing body going forward. We plan to complete the consultation this calendar year and have decisions made about the makeup and size of council in time for the start of next calendar year. It's important on occasions such as this to celebrate some of Massey's successes. We have a firm eye on the future. Last year we celebrated 50 years as a university and launched our updated strategy called Shaping the Nation and Taking the Best to the World. The short title is The Road to 2025, and the major shift is to push out our time horizon to just over a decade from now and put in place our responses to the forces that drive not only Massey's future, but New Zealand's. Things like globalisation, technology-enabled learning, population diversity, partnerships with other organisations around the world, and of course the growth of our largest city, Auckland. This year we are experiencing growth in enrolments, including international enrolments, bucking a trend that's seen a number of universities in New Zealand struggle to meet their targets. In part, this is demographics. Outside Auckland, the number of school leavers is forecast to stabilise or in some cases decline. One of the advantages Massey has in its globalisation agenda is that we are a diverse university with a broad range of strengths. There are many compatibilities in these areas of strength, such as in design and in arts. Agriculture, in which we are ranked among the best in the world, is underpinned by science. And food production, which remains New Zealand's largest business and in turn links with nutrition and health, both human and animal. Our diversity in campuses and modes of learning gives students options that other providers are unable to offer. Key developments for the Massey Business School include new programs like the Master of Analytics, the Bachelor of Business and Retail Management, and in relation to that latter degree, we've appointed Jonathan Elms to the Sir Stephen Tyndall Chair in Retail Management. In the past year, 10 Massey University-led research projects received research funding, worth more than $5.1 million from the government's Marsden Fund. In October, Massey was selected to host the government's new Food Safety Science and Research Centre, which will receive an additional $5 million in funding to deliver food safety research. In November, distinguished Professor Peter Schwarzweger was announced as a recipient of New Zealand's most prestigious science award, the Royal Society's $100,000 Rutherford Medal. And as our recently retired College of Sciences Pro-Vice Chancellor Robert Anderson noted, 7 of the past 10 Rutherford Medal winners were from Massey. This year, the international QS rankings for subjects included for the first time veterinary science. And Massey Veterinary School has been ranked 15th in the world, an outstanding achievement. Not only that, but the reputation of our veterinary degree with employers is unsurpassed anywhere. Our agricultural ranking is similarly impressive, 33 in the world, and we also rank in the top 100 for accountancy and finance. It's worth noting that a ranking in the top 200, which we do for business and management studies, education, geography and statistics and operational research, put us in the top 2% in the world for these programs. And last week we received confirmation that the world-class Food Research Centre, hosted by Massey, the Riddick Institute, will continue to receive government funding as a centre of research excellence until the year 2020. It's important that young people recognise the value of ongoing learning and tertiary qualifications in a world where the nature of employment and types of jobs people do is changing rapidly. That means that those who succeed will be those who have learned, how to adopt and how to adapt. Congratulations to all of you who have taken up the challenge to be where you are today. You will graduate proud of your achievement, but also honoured by the reputational mantle that you have inherited. I challenge you to go forth as Massey alumni to make your own contribution, to grow your own reputation, and in doing so add further to the proud heritage you are now part of. As part of your journey, we anticipate many of you will come back to us as you face the never-ending quest to keep your skills and knowledge up to date. And you can be assured that Massey will be there to meet that need, whether it be through a course in full-time study or part-time through our world-class distance learning program. Finally, I would urge you to stay connected with your alma mater and your university family through our active alumni association. Again, congratulations, continue to work hard and enjoy yourselves. Tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou katoa. By the authority of the Council of Massey University, I, Christopher Kelly, Chancellor, will now award the certificates and diplomas and confer the degrees on those to be presented and on those in absentia.
Chancellor. Chancellor, the Director of Teaching and Learning from the College of Humanities and Social Sciences will present to you graduates and recipients of certificates and diplomas in the College of Humanities and Social Sciences.
Chancellor, I have the honour to present for the Diploma in Arts the candidates I am about to name. Melanie Phillips. Julie Marie Sakai. Chancellor, I have the honour to present for graduation in the degree of Bachelor of Arts the graduates I'm about to name. Ayla Elizabeth Adlam. Louise Robin Ainder. Michael Allen Exton. Stephanie Sarah Barnett. Kenny Wiki Tehuya Tahi Barrett. Gemma Elizabeth Bolt. Bianca Lee Burns. Nikita Louise Butler. Brooke Heather Carter. Peter Michael Carlton Jones. Laura Christine Chittick. Eleanor Frances Clark. Jacob James Corlett. Matthew Ray Costley. Alicia Eileen Cousins. Eden Pikihuya Crawford. David Benjamin Duploy. Bella Louise Feck. Christine Natalie Feuillard, Massey Scholar. Alicia Mary Flannery. Chad Lenny Foley. Karen Leslie Gordon Glassford. Catherine Rose Gray. Daniel Thomas Gulliver. Christopher Martin Hall. Daniel Harmon. Catherine Louise Harris. Paul Thomas Healy. Nicola Moret Hill. Michelle Lynette Hudson. Rachel Amber Hughes. Mason Dean Hunt. Annalisa Ivy Kirkfleet. William Joseph Kerr. Alicia May Keeley. Laura Heather Knight. Jessamine Helen Kuklinski. Alistair Patali Lavini. Sophie Michelle Lyle. Carleen Amelia Tetahi MacArthur. Lauren Mary MacDonald. Angela Marie McGregor. Katie Nicole McElroy. Peter Eric McIntyre. Natalia Ann Mackenzie. Jessica Ann McLean, Massey Scholar. Christine Garcia Mosilla. Natalie Grace Kawe Nikora. Katrina Hannah Offenbach. Thank you, Chancellor.
We will now proceed with the conferment of the degree Doctor of Literature honoris causa. Vice-Chancellor.
Chancellor, Lieutenant General Rhys Jones, CNZM, will read the citation for the award of the degree of Doctor of Literature honoris causa.
Chancellor, I'm honoured to be able to provide an account of the achievements of Mr. Gerald Hensley in support of the award of a degree of Doctor of Literature honoris causa in recognition of his outstanding service to the public, his scholarship in the field of political and military history, and his contribution to a project of national significance. A former diplomat and public servant, Gerald Hensley has, over the time of his service, been at the centre of many of the core events that have shaped New Zealand's modern diplomatic and political landscape. In his second career as an author, his recounting of those experiences through his renowned talent for writing have enriched New Zealand's literary and historical environment. His talents have now turned to the encouragement of other writers through his co-chairing of the World War I Centennial History Project, a multi-agency partnership between Massey University, the New Zealand Defence Force, the Ministry for Culture and Heritage, and the Returned and Services Association. Gerald was born in Christchurch and educated at St Bede's College and Canterbury University, where he took an MA with first-class honours in history. He joined the Department of External Affairs in 1958 and served successively in Samoa at the New Zealand Permanent Mission to the United Nations in New York, and in 1965 was appointed as the Special Assistant to the Commonwealth Secretary-General when the Commonwealth Secretariat was formed in London. In the early 1970s, he served as the Chancellor at the New Zealand Embassy in Washington. While these might seem comfortable and desirable jobs, there were moments of excitement. In Washington in April 1973, his house was targeted by the Black September group, who painted slogans in the outside wall and fired several shots through the windows in what was probably the first Islamist-based terrorist attack in the United States. Gerald finished his diplomatic service with a posting as New Zealand's High Commissioner in Singapore from 1976 until 1980. On returning to New Zealand in 1980, Gerald was appointed as the head of the Prime Minister's Department, where he served under both Robert Muldoon's and David Lange's administrations. In this role, he was at the centre of the events that led up to the break in the US-New Zealand military relationships over the nuclear weapon issue. From 1987 to 1989, he was the coordinator of domestic and external security, followed by a period as a fellow at the Centre for International Affairs at Harvard University, where he lectured on events in New Zealand's recent history. In 1991, he became the Secretary of Defence and served in that role until September 1999, when he retired and was honoured with the CNZM. In all these roles, he was a leader who focused on policy and outcomes ahead of the processes in politics, but who was equally a master of taking those aspects into consideration. In all his public service roles, he worked to create an atmosphere of equality between his department and its partner organisations. He is still remembered by those who served in the Defence Headquarters as one of the outstanding secretaries who worked with patience, intelligence and tolerance during at a time when the Defence Force was undergoing the internal stresses of funding restrictions and a looming capital obsolescence. I know that he was well respected by his peers in the Southeast Asian region and other like-minded countries with which New Zealand interacted. Gerald then entered the third phase of his career, that of his literary contribution to New Zealand's political and security environment, where he continued to take an active interest in foreign affairs and regional and global security. He has published numerous articles on Asian and Pacific affairs, such as Palm and Pine, a history of the New Zealand-Singapore relationships in New Zealand and Southeast Asia. His historical knowledge and diplomatic experience meant that he was always able to put a context around an event and make his listeners and readers reflect on the situation in a new manner. His book, Beyond the Battlefield, is arguably one of the most comprehensive explanations of New Zealand's enduring strategic environment and a brilliant insight into the country's international security relationships. This book was a finalist in the 2010 New Zealand Post Book Awards. Clearly, such a book could only have been written by a calibre of someone with Gerald's intellect and experiences. Similarly, his two works, Final Approaches in 2006 and Friendly Fire in 2013, bring to light perspectives of one of the more significant events in New Zealand's political history, the ANZUS Rift. In his typical light-hearted manner, Gerald claims that it was him who gave David Longy the inspiration for perhaps his most memorable remark about being able to smell uranium on his debating opponent's breath. Massey University is therefore very fortunate to have engaged Gerald as the co-chair of the World War I Centennial Project. This project aims at producing a definitive history through a series of publications of New Zealand's role in our deadliest conflict. In summary, I consider that New Zealand's international relations academic environment has been made considerably wealthier by Gerald's professional and academic achievement. He has the respect of everyone who has worked with him. Chancellor, I thus present to you for the award of Doctor of Literature, honoris causa, Dr. Gerald Hensley.
Chancellor, I have the honour to present Mr. Gerald Christopher Philip Hensley, CNZM, for graduation in the degree of Doctor of Literature, honoris causa, of this university.
It is now my great pleasure to invite Dr. Gerald Hensley to address the graduands.
Can I start by expressing my warmest thanks to the Chancellor and the Vice-Chancellor and the University for the very great honour they have done me. To say that it is unexpected is also to confess to an inward suspicion that it is unearned, a suspicion deepened by General Rhys-Jones' kindly words. But you, unlike me, have actually worked for your degree, and you deserve high praise on this triumphant day. As St. Paul almost said, you've run the race and you've earned your crown. Now it is my turn to stand before you, dressed like a refugee from Wolf Hall and try to convince you that in honouring me, the university has not made an embarrassing mistake. It is customary on these occasions to offer advice to those about to graduate. I will ignore this because I learnt long ago that advice is never useful until it's been tested by experience. And once you have the experience, you don't need the advice. In any case, I'm not sure that age confers a special wisdom worth imparting. The poet Edmund Waller, when he was my present age, made the hopeful claim that the dilapidations of age might uncover new insights. The soul's dark cottage, battered and decayed, lets in new light through chinks that time has made, he said. I am now his age, and although time has opened many chinks in me, I remain doubtful. Any branch of learning, the study of grammar, archaeology, Chinese, town planning, management, or whatever, enlarges the mind and lets in new light. But since the humanities are closest to my mind, and broadly to your recent studies, I would like to reflect a little on why they matter more than is often acknowledged. For the humanities have sunk in reputation in recent years, their value diminished from opposite viewpoints by both social reformers and men of business. When the purpose of the university is discussed, you are more likely to hear of its importance as a critic of society or as the trainer of its more useful members. More of that than of its age-old value as the deposit and transmitters of centuries of inquiry about what it is to be human. On the one hand, as a former public servant, I always use both hands. On the one hand, there is what might be called the progressive view of the university. If we are critics of the failings in our present society, we will hardly shape a better one by consulting a past which even Edward Gibbon was inclined to dismiss as merely the register of the crimes and follies of mankind. Many have believed that a new society can only be built by freeing ourselves from the depressing grip of this past. Like all half-truths, this is at least half true. The pace of change today threatens to disengage us from the past. Knowledge has been transformed over the last 2 or 3 decades in the sciences, medicine, biology, psychology, and many other disciplines. Some experts have proclaimed that any knowledge older than 15 years is out of date and not worth knowing. Perhaps, but the humanities march to a different drum. New discoveries can change a science overnight, but the cultural assumptions by which people live are much slower to change. Why we think and act as we do is to a surprising extent the gift of preceding generations. That is why radical attempts to override the past and create a more satisfactory humanity tend to end in bloodshed and disaster. With all our undesirable features, we continue to be stubbornly human, and the bedrock of our humanity hardly changes over the centuries. Then there is my other hand, the hard-headed business view, which is also a little wary of the humanities. It holds that the purpose of education is to gain useful qualifications. These are intended to fit you for employment, and as even government ministers occasionally suggest, you should select the subjects you study with this in mind. The point is by no means irrelevant, and I devoutly hope that those of you who have not yet found a congenial job will soon do so. But again, the hard-headed approach is only half right. Life goes on a long time. To fit yourself too precisely for your first job may be less useful when other opportunities come along. And it still fails to cover the many hours of your life not spent at the office. That is why Francis Bacon did not call his great work the advancement of educational qualifications. He called it the advancement of learning. Education, it has been said, with some truth, is the confidence that remains after you've forgotten everything else. Fragments of poems float up in my mind like timbers from a wrecked ship, somewhat damaged. Fortunately, I can correct the damage on Google. But the problem for the Google enthusiasts is you cannot look up a poem or any other interest unless you have encountered it in the first place. The humanities differ from other disciplines in the long stretch of their view. If you wished to study physics, you would be foolish to start 100 years back with Faraday or Kelvin. If you wished to learn more about human nature, you would be foolish not to read Middlemarch, Bleak House, or War and Peace. Literature and history are not the prisoners of time. Both are able to range over the centuries to show human nature in all its complexity and at its fullest stretch, from heroic greatness to deepest infamy. This is the opportunity offered to the writer of fiction. It is also the opportunity offered to the historian. For the historian is simply a novelist on oath. He is on oath because, unlike the writer of fiction, he must adhere scrupulously to the ascertainable facts. But he still has to be a novelist. Faced with a dispiriting pile of facts, he still has to use his imagination to recreate events in a way that is convincing to the reader. That is why Isaiah Berlin describes the historian as an artist, one who arranges, quote, the discovered facts in patterns which satisfy us because they accord with life, unquote. Good histories, like good novels, do not enable us to behave better or succeed more impressively. They help us to know who we are. The glory of studying the humanities is that their revelation of the wonder, sadness, heroism, and sheer variety of life will sustain us through our own lifetime. You are now through the gate of knowledge. Because of the foundations you have laid here, you will go on learning and being surprised about what you learn long after essays and examinations have been forgotten. It is the university which has built and preserved this framework for learning. And for that, both you and I, as graduates, should be forever grateful. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Hensley, for that inspirational address. We were very lucky to have the privilege to hear from you today. Thank you. We will now proceed with the conferment of degrees and the awarding of university diplomas and certificates.
Chancellor, I have the honour to present for graduation in the degree of Bachelor of Arts the graduates I'm about to name. Wendy Marie O'Malley. Cerise Rowan Clem Ormond Sterling. Dylan Aidan Parent. Melissa Francis Peterson. Andrea Louise Potts. Nina Julie Radich. Tracy Charlene Reed. Astrid Thea Richardson. Nicole Alicia Rose. Mary Antonia Selby. Lara Ann Sheridan. Jessica Dawn Cinnamon. Smith Hubert Sipa. Jeremy Peter Smale, Massey Scholar. Kate Diane Smith. Alison Carol Swanston. Bridget Catherine Tapper. Georgia May Taylor. Phaedra Kadeen Temoana Nui. Jessica Amy Thompson. Lynn Frances Toner. Jocelyn May Turney Mitchell. Kelly Louise Unwin. Jessica Janet Uri. Sio Vaelua. Alistair Ari Johannes Verschoor. Alicia Linda Te Fatumarama Walker. Danelle Jane Walker. Jordan Cale War. Reed Sandon Havelock Wheeler. Hannah Catherine Whitburn. Emma Louise Williams. Fraser Russell Williams, Massey Scholar. Olivia Williams. Abby Margaret Willis. Chancellor, I have the honour to present for graduation in the degree of Bachelor of Communication the graduates I'm about to name. Gina Ann Carline. Danny Janine Gilbanks. Lawrence Lewis Pastor Bowmester. Amelia Alice Shadbolt. Chancellor, I have the honour to present for graduation in the degree of Bachelor of Maori Visual Arts the graduates I'm about to name. Alex James Leaf, second class honours. Justin Lee Hairenui Manuel, second class honours. Richard Robert Mudford, second class honours. Te ao mana kama Robert Reti Tahuri Riorangi. Samantha Olive Tui Ihaya Mackay, second class honours. Kim Marama Williams, second class honours. Chancellor, I have the honour to present for graduation in the degree of Bachelor of Resource and Environmental Planning the graduates I'm about to name. Melissa Jeanette Aldersley, second class honours. Keegan David Applin Thane, second class honours. Justine Louise Baird, second class honours. Lauren Kate Clues, second class honours. Michelle Jane Fluker, second class honours. Rebecca Joanne Foster, second class honours. Lauren Eve Graham, second class honours. Kathleen Mary Hudson, second class honours. Holly Elizabeth Jenkins, second class honours. Terrell Alexandra Lepper, second class honours. Melanie Tapuikura McCormick, second class honours. Joy Catherine Morse, second class honours. Clausine Marie Vogt, first class honours, Massey Scholar. Tianxi Yin, first class honours, Massey Scholar. Chancellor, I have the honour to present for the Graduate Diploma in Arts the candidates I am about to name. Edward Charles Duggan. Marie Avril Harrison Brown. Peter Robert Thomas Wood. Jing Shu Yong. Chancellor, I have the honour to present for the Graduate Diploma in Emergency Management the candidate I'm about to name, Paul David Cull. Thank you, Chancellor.
Now my pleasure to invite Isaac Henderson to present an item. Isaac is currently studying for a Master's in Aviation at Massey University. He's been composing since he was 12 years old and mostly composes repertoire for full symphony orchestra, having had several pieces played in orchestras in Hamilton and Palmerston North. Outside of his studies, he conducts the Manawatū Youth Orchestra and Manawatū Training Orchestra. Today, the Milford Trio, Sylvia Neild, Joanne Dan and Jasmine Lau will play a piece Isaac composed when he was 16 years old. The everlasting is about the everlasting impact that people, friends, and family have on our life, even after they have passed away. This was particularly true of Isaac's grandmother, who taught Isaac how to compose and whose passing away was the primary inspiration for this piece. Isaac, are you handy? Would you like to come forward as composer and take a bow? Thank you. Thank you for that wonderful piece. We will now proceed with the conferment of degrees and the awarding of university certificates and diplomas.
Chancellor, I have the honour to present for the Postgraduate Diploma in Arts the candidates I am about to name. Suhani Darshika Das. Vaibhavi Narendra Kopkar. Ralph Scott. Chancellor, I have the honour to present for Postgraduate Diploma in Development Studies the candidates I am about to name. Ava Fuertes Dunlog, with distinction. Mangoline Ganbold, with merit. Tati Tamha, with merit. Devon Rai. Chancellor, I have the honour to present for the Postgraduate Diploma in Emergency Management the candidates I am about to name. Robert Keith Allen. Rowan James Wallace. Chancellor, I have the honour to present for the Postgraduate Diploma in Maori Visual Arts the candidate I'm about to name, Helen Rawi Katene Potaka. Chancellor, I have the honour to present for the Postgraduate Diploma in Museum Studies the candidates I am about to name. Rowan Iona Miller. Ria Wihapi Waikerepuru. Chancellor, I have the honour to present for the Postgraduate Diploma in Psychological Practice the candidates I'm about to name. Lenore Teresa Birrell. Sophie Veronique Helene Borky. Timothy Allen Heidkamp. Heather Adele Heron Spears. Lucia Madeline King. Tara Kathleen McGeoch. Michelle Tina Woodfield. Chancellor, I have the honor to present for the postgraduate diploma in second language teaching the candidate I'm about to name. Paula Joy Marshall with merit. Chancellor, I have the honor to present for the postgraduate diploma in whānau development the candidate I'm about to name, Tina Parata. Chancellor, I have the honor to present for graduation in the degree of Bachelor of Arts with Honours the graduate I'm about to name, Brian Charles Winter, First Class Honours. Chancellor, I have the honor to present for graduation in the degree of Master of Arts the graduates I'm about to name. Diane Lee Conway, Second Class Honours. Chancellor, I have the honor to present for the graduation in the degree of Master of Emergency Management the graduates I'm about to name. Andrew Kennedy Brooks with distinction. Murray Douglas Mills. Peter Noel Thurston. Chancellor, I have the honor to present for graduation in the degree of Master of International Security the graduate I'm about to name, Mark Jason Kenneth Wilson. Chancellor, I have the honor to present for graduation in the degree of Master of Maori Visual Arts the graduate I'm about to name, Adrian Francis Spratt, First Class Honours. Chancellor, I have the honor to present for graduation in the degree of Master of Resource and Environmental Planning the graduates I'm about to name, Sarah Jane Butler, Second Class Honours. Sarah Nerine Hunter, First Class Honours. Amanda Jane Wilson. Chancellor, I have the honor to present for graduation in the degree of Master of Philosophy the graduates I'm about to name, Aaron James Davey. Susan Elizabeth Greensill. Jörn Arjen Seibertsma. Mariah Patricia van Gent. Thank you, Chancellor.
Chancellor, we've reached the point in our proceedings where we recognise the achievements of our doctoral and PhD students. There are 33 that will cross the stage during our time here in Palmerston North this week, and we're going to meet 5 of them now. On behalf of the university, I say to you, congratulations. Thank you for choosing Massey University. We'll watch your progress with interest, so please stay in touch with your university. And can I say to the audience, there are 5 to go, so you can make as much noise as you like. Chancellor, I have the honour to present for graduation the degree of Doctor of Clinical Psychology, the graduands I am about to name. Karen Marie Fassandia. Individuals with out-of-control sexual behaviour face numerous difficulties. Experimental single-case research design was used to determine the effectiveness of a 12 weeks of intimacy-focused therapy for this behaviour. Ms. Fassandia's study demonstrated that this was an effective treatment for improving the life and functioning of men with out-of-control sexual behaviour. Please welcome Dr. Fassandia. Jodie Field. Mrs. Field investigated both age and mood-related differences in the way depressed individuals view competing emotional images. She used eye-tracking techniques to investigate these differences with mixed results, highlighting the need for further research in this domain. Dr. Field. Chancellor, I have the honour to present for graduation the degree of Doctor of Philosophy, the graduands I am about to name. Elaine Geraldine Donovan. Ms. Donovan's research discovered Malawian orphans became vulnerable to abuse and violence on account of the contrasting lineage beliefs of their mother and father's tribes. Generally, difficulties only emerged when the 2 extended families became involved in child custody decisions following the death of the children's father. Dr. Donovan. Karen Marie Johnston. Ms. Johnson examined the changing nature of local government decision-making and how power was exercised by studying the Christchurch City Council's decision-making process of its revitalisation of the Central Business District. She found that power was dispersed to an outside organisation and concentrated within the council in fewer people. The revitalisation project was most successful in the creation of a vibrant nighttime economy where young people meet, drink and socialise. Sounds good. Dr. Johnston. Anne Louise Rogerson, Doctoral Scholar. Through psychoanalytic inquiry, Ms. Rogerson was able to explore the character of mother-daughter relations to help understand the effects and influence that feminist care ethics may have on the end-of-life care mothers receive from their daughters. Her study proposes new possibilities for the diversity of women's relations with women and daughters' relations with their mothers. Dr. Rogerson.
At the conclusion of the ceremony, guests are requested to remain in their seats until the processions have assembled in the foyer. I declare this congregation to be adjourned. Please join with us in singing the national anthem, God Defend New Zealand, led by Rangamai Taiapa, the words of which are printed on the screen, and we will begin with the Maori version of the anthem. Please stand.
Atua o ngā iwi mātaura a ta whakarongona me aroha noa ki ahua ko te pai ki a tau toa ta whai mana ki tia mai ao te aroa. God of nations, at thy feet, in the bonds of love we meet. Hear our voices, we entreat. God, defend our free land. God, Pacific's triple stars, from the shafts of strife and war, make her praises heard afar. God, defend New Zealand.